Hello, and welcome to another This Week in Linux review.
Yes, like the little droid said, this is the actual review for the Tux Droid. I've had a couple of days to mess around with the droid now, and I've got to say the review is kinda mixed. Okay, first things first, the goods. It's a neat little device, as you see. It's wireless, but it has the ability to be plugged in. It's got a rechargeable battery built into it, which is great. You don't have to keep replacing AA's or whatever's inside there. I think it's a rechargeable AA. It's got a built-in microphone jack, so if you don't want to hear him squawking in the middle of the night, if you've got a baby sleeping or something, you can plug that in. It also has a line in case you want to plug a microphone into it. Not sure why you'd want to do that and not just plug into your computer. I guess the ability to be wireless would be kind of nice. So if you aren't near your desktop, you could still plug in and have your microphone working through this device. Another good thing, he does some really neat stuff. He can connect to Twitter, he can connect to Skype, which I haven't had a chance to use yet, but when you start it up, you can actually hit Skype, and it will open up the Skype application on your PC. From there, I assume that there's a built-in microphone that you can use to communicate with your friends through Skype. I'm not sure if the audio comes out of there or not. There's also the ability to check RSS feeds, to check your email. The email I was not able to get working. I tried 2 different Gmail accounts and neither one worked. It's actually a Gmail gadget on the device and it shouldn't have a problem. One of my passwords is a lot more complicated than the other, but the other is relatively simple, so either one should have worked, in theory. One of the really neat things that I can see with it is the ability to have a web radio playing from a little Tux Penguin. That's kind of cool. In addition, there's a built-in clock, weather, alarm, all those fun. And Tux wants attention. That's one of the things I'm not terribly pleased with about this. It will just randomly interrupt. Alright, and now for some of the downsides. The Twitter reader built into it doesn't actually read Twitter to you. It'll tell you, you have 29 new tweets. You have X number of new mentions. You have X number of direct messages. It doesn't say what they actually say. I don't know if that's intended to be a security thing, so that if somebody's standing over your shoulder looking at your Tux, it won't hear your tweets and your direct messages, but realistically, if it's a Twitter device, it should tell you what the tweets say. I know that would take forever in 12 days if you've got 1,000 messages, but it should give you that option at least, for the people who don't have 1,000 followers, or 1,000 people they're following even. Actually, come to think of it, I did manage to get it to connect to one of my Gmail accounts one time, and it was a little bit quirky. It told me what the title of the message was, who it was from, when it was received, and that was it. I know you don't really want a little bird reading you your email, but if it's an email gadget, it should read you the email if you want it to. You should have that as an option. And I went through all the options and it didn't seem to have that available. The biggest downside of this whole thing has got to be the software. It's Java mixed with Python. And while I was able to get it running on my netbook, which is running Ubuntu 9.10, I was not able to get it running on my 64-bit Fedora laptop. From what I've come to understand, it's something to do with installing the Python 32-bit libraries to make it compatible. Realistically, it should have an installer, but one of the guys in the Tux Droid IRC chat room said that he tried it on 64-bit Ubuntu and didn't have any luck either. The other big downside about this is the speaker. As you heard in the opening, it's kinda warbly, it's kinda tinny. I've tried different voices with it because it comes with 2, and I think you can add more to it. There's a bunch of downloadable stuff on their website, but it's so complicated to get to anything that I didn't even bother. But the voices, they sound really funny through the speaker, and I don't know if it's the speaker or the voices themselves, because I plugged in headphones and it still sounded kind of funny, so it might be the audio files are being interpreted differently. I also did find out what this little white cable is for. It's for firmware updates. I should have known that. I should have gleaned that from the paperwork. Anyway, that's about all I can say about the little Tux Droid. There's a lot of potential in this device. There appears to be a decent community for it, and some people that are developing some new gadgets and some new attitunes for it. What I'd created there at the beginning for the intro was called an attitune. You can custom design what you want it to do, but it is so friggin' painful in this Java software to tell it what to do. As far as a recommend or a decline, I would not pay $100 for it personally. If you want it as a gift for a geek friend, they might like it. At the end of the day, I have to give this thing a solid meh. It's a really neat device. It's got a lot of potential, a lot of community behind it, and a lot of potential for growth, but I believe it's been out since like 2006, and it hasn't seen a whole lot of growth. So if you've got a birthday coming up, an anniversary, a Christmas, anything like that, and you want to pay about $100 for a gadget that's not really terribly useful, it might be worth it. Well, that's all for this review of the Tux Droid. I really wish I had better things to say about him, but I'm sorry, he's just,